Almost 700 times in the scriptures, we read a little word, holy. It's a little word, but it's a powerful word. When most people think of the word holy, they think of it as some kind of moral quality. Like if you use the words holier than thou, you might have heard that expression before. We usually use that to mean I'm acting as if I'm such a better person than you are. But that's really not the way the Bible uses the word holy. The Bible uses the word holy in the sense of being set apart. So for instance, God is holy. He is set apart. There is God as creator and the rest of creation. He's set apart from his creation. Now he loves and he's intimately involved in his creation, but he is set apart from it. There are also things in the Bible that are described as holy and people that are described as holy. Maybe the best way to think about this is things and people that are holy are set apart by God for God's own purposes. Maybe that's the best Christian definition of the word holy. Why am I thinking about the word holy? Because we're in the midst of Holy Week. It's a week that's set apart from all other weeks in the church year as we tell the story of the most important things that are happening in the life and the ministry of Jesus. We started Palm Sunday, or the Sunday of the Passion, when Jesus enters into Jerusalem knowing that suffering and death lies ahead of him. We move through the week and we get to Thursday. And tomorrow we are going to gather virtually, but we're going to gather at 6:30 over a live stream to be able to remember the Last Supper. Now, it's going to look very different than it normally does because we can't be in the same room together. We can't celebrate the Lord's Supper like we would want to as we remember the new covenant that Jesus instituted with his own disciples in that upper room on the night when he was betrayed. But we are going to gather together to remember the love that Jesus showed them, as we read about that most especially in John chapter 13. Then we're going to gather together on Good Friday. It's Good Friday because it's the day that Jesus died for the sins of the whole world. That's what makes this Friday good. 10 o'clock in the morning, we're going to live stream once again as we remember the death of Jesus, as we tell the story of the death of Jesus. And we're going to do it in a very different way than we normally do again because we can't be in the same room together. Then on Sunday morning, 10:30, we're going to live stream again. It's going to be a very different feel. We understand that because Easter is the highest festival in the church year. It's a day of celebration. It's a day of high energy. It's a day when we warmly greet one another. And we're not going to be able to do that this year. But we are going to remember that Jesus Christ is, in fact, risen from the dead, and he lives and reigns to all eternity. So we still will have the theme of Easter, even though it's going to feel a little bit, well, a lot different. There's one more thing that we're going to do this week that's going to be a little bit different. On Sunday morning, we're going to post a sunrise devotional. Now, this won't be live streamed because we're not going to be in the building for it, but we'll record it and then upload it to our same YouTube channel. And our plan is earlier in the morning. I can't give you an exact time, but earlier in the morning, it'll be available just as a sunrise devotional on Easter Sunday morning as we remember very early in the morning that the disciples begin to learn about the resurrection of Jesus. First, of course, the women who visited the tomb, and then the others as they began to spread the word. And so we want to invite you to join us virtually on our YouTube channel on live streaming Thursday evening at 6:30, Friday morning at 10 o'clock in the morning, sometime early Sunday morning, and then again to live stream on Sunday morning at 10:30 as we remember the resurrection of Jesus, as we celebrate that, even though we won't be able to celebrate it in the same way. We want to invite you to join with us because God has called us. He's set us apart for his own purposes, that we might gather together however we can in this time at least, and to remember what he has done for us and what he's continuing to do for us and among us. And so we invite you to join us as we remember throughout this Holy Week.